strand, if that is your hair strand, okay, has a cuticle layer that sits like this. Every hair strand, every single one. Condition and shine and silkiness depends on how close this is to this. So, when a professional stylist blow dries your hair, you use your flat iron, you're bringing that right in. So light cannot go into that space, and that's why it appears to be shinier. It's just it's an illusion of light, okay? The more damaged your hair is due to mechanical, i.e. heat, or chemical, i.e. highlighting, or petrochemical-based products, this lifts further and further up. The more that is up, the tanglier your hair gets, because these are all tangling as well. So this kind of detangling is the first indication your hair is not as in good a condition as you think. Okay. Everything to do with hair is about the cuticle layer. The closer this comes
so although it looks
to that,
like it might be in good condition, it's not.
The hair that's in good condition doesn't take that to detangle. That's your first sign. Okay, so it's all about this cuticle layer.
Okay.
That's why.
And using the products, I'm not going to get that.
Yeah, you will, long term. You will. But you've got to eliminate all petrochemicals. Because a lot of it's got to do with the silicone melting and coming into this part of the hair. And then just throwing it all out.
So I'm going to have to check everything.
I would, if I was you. And Naturalmente, a lot of people say, my hair is better when I change shampoos. Yeah. I agree, because your hair is constantly changing. But what you don't want to do is go from petrochemical to non-petrochemical back to petrochemical. Like I had a client the other day that said, oh, I use yours for special occasions. I said, you're wasting your money. Don't use it at all. Because what's the point of using silicone, non-silicone, silicone, non-silicone, low sodium lauryl sulfate, not sodium lauryl sulfate?
Putting it all back in again, yeah.
So then actually just use whatever else you're doing and don't waste your money. Okay, it's almost got to be a conscious commitment to do it, because that's when you're going to see the results. It's like trying to build a house and halfway up you decide to go from clay to brick. It's going to be a disaster. Okay, it's finding your modality and then sticking with it. And with you, what I'd immediately do is first just get this cuticle layer down. And with that, you're going to use the yogurt and millet, which is one of the favorites because of its smell.
Isn't that the one that you're using?
Yeah, because it's got a very low pH, so it brings this cuticle layer down. Because the lower the pH, the more the cuticle closes down. Okay. Once we're getting it to be shinier, we're going to cleanse it first. So you're starting with a rosemary and lavender shampoo, which is a cleanser. All hair needs cleansing. Okay. If you're starting a Naturalmente, you want to take the heavier and thick hair like yours, the heavier cleanser, because it's going to literally start pulling off all the stuff that's sitting on it. Because if you want to start painting, unless you prepare the canvas, you can't hold the paints, right? Same with hair. We're now going to prepare it for the method of Naturalmente. Once we've cleansed it and we've got it shinier and softer, not as tangly, then we're going to start working on the internal side of it, strengthening it again.
So it's just a process.
Okay. So if you could afford 2 shampoos today, I would say to you, please take the rosemary and lavender and the aloe, because the aloe is going to strengthen. But if we're on a budget, we're going to say we're going to first cleanse.
Or till payday.
Then we're going to say, okay, try not finish your cleanser, the rosemary and lavender, and come and get the next one, because then you can start swapping, and then you see how hair works. Like I've always got 2 shampoos, 2 conditioners in my shower. One is for working on the surface, the shine and the closing of the cuticle layer, and then the others are for working on the internal structures. Internally, hair is in good condition either through protein or moisture, and that is it. The rest are all words, play on words, like amino acids or protein. Keratin is a protein. So protein and moisture are your 2 fundamental building blocks of hair conditioning. Protein works on elasticity, how strong it is, and moisture works on porosity. Okay. We want you to have both. We need you to get protein and moisture. So if we could, we would go rosemary and lavender shampoo for cleansing. You're going to use that for half a bottle to get the hair ready for the method of Naturalmente. Immediately by using this, you're going to notice more shine, because it's going to pull off all the build-up on hair. Now, even if you've been on Naturalmente for 2 years, you still have to cleanse your hair, because there's trace elements of chlorine and minerals in water. There's pollutants in air. So even if you're a Naturalmente user, you're still cleansing your hair, even once a week or every second bottle or whatever. Rosemary and lavender, then your aloe shampoo. Okay.
So it's to follow.
Yeah. So this will be your shampoo number 1 and your shampoo number 2. Either you can do this one day, or this first shampoo, that second shampoo, whatever. And then your 2, here I'm going to give you fennel geranium, which is moisture, and the yogurt to close. So if you could, we would take all 4. If you can't, we're going to start on getting it shinier, closing the cuticle layer that it's not as detangling, and then we'll work on the building blocks on the inside.
Okay.
Another thing I want you to remember about Naturalmente, because there's no heavy stuff in it, I sometimes will take conditioner, put it in before I go to work on my dry hair, like today, put it in, tie my hair up, work with it in, and when you drop it, you don't even have to rinse it because it's such a light, true product. It's not full of stuff that doesn't need to be there. Also with Naturalmente, the more you play with it, take all the rules and paradigms you have and break them. I can put a little bit of that here if it's detangling, and it doesn't mean I have to wash it out because it's not heavy.
Okay, super.
And then the sooner you can aim to 1 litres, it will be more cost effective than any supermarket.
But definitely worth starting on the 250 ml.
Because then you've got them for refill.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you understand, cleansing and building blocks.